5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid cutting a promo. Cutting a promo this week, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by VXS Arrival this Friday, February 23rd, Queens, New York, Queens Elks Lodge. Guys, tickets are still available. First and second row are off the table. They are sold out. But tickets are still available for general admission. Doors open at 7, bell time at 8 p.m. You get your tickets at WrestlingUniverse.com, at the WrestlingUniverse.com. You don't want to miss it. It's this Friday, guys. It's vastly approaching. And, of course, Turnbuckle Tab is going to be in the building. Myself, and as well as Whole Milk Mike, will be in the building. What's good, Mike?
Yo, what's going on?
This week's cutting a promo, guys. We're doing it in two folds. First fold we're going to be going into is WWE Elimination Chamber predictions. I am going to be a mess this whole transactioning night going through. First of all, we'll be at VXS's Arrival, and then of course I'm gonna have some libations flowing through my system that evening, and afterwards probably get some rest, and I'll be up maybe about 5 o'clock in the morning for Elimination Chamber. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna be a lot of work.
You saying it out loud just made me realize, oh shit, it's the day after.
Oh, it's right. You're going right into it. So
right.
Yeah, that is gonna be something of a task at hand. But I'm not. It's not far-fetched for me, because sometimes after having a few drinks, I don't get a full night's sleep. Sometimes, since my body's already used to getting up at a certain hour after a certain rest period, I'm like wide awake at 5 o'clock in the morning after falling asleep at 1. So I'm like, fuck. What better way to go through it with Elimination Chamber, right? Right. Yeah. So they'll be at Perth, Australia, which is pretty much all the way in bumfuck around the world.
I believe they ran this arena before the pandemic, they said.
Did they?
This is the same, because I know Triple H did a video saying the last time we were here was before the pandemic.
I guess.
Because it was the one where it was him versus The Undertaker for the final time.
Oh,
for Super Showdown.
Okay.
I'm very surprised. I'm surprised you're intending on watching the show live. And that way it's like 7, like 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, it'll be 5 o'clock in the morning our time.
I know, but I'm saying I'm surprised that you're not going to wait till like afterwards.
Like I said, depending on how my sleep schedule is, because like I said, usually I sleep in shifts anyway because of my work schedule. So I'll most likely, like I said, I'll fall asleep because I figure we'll be back depending on how the night goes. You know, after having some beverages with a few people, and then probably making a stop somewhere quick, and then I assume I'll be at the house maybe about like 12:30, 1 o'clock. Crash, and then like I said, my sleep schedule, like I'll wake up like 4:35 in the morning, and then just be up, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I would believe that I'll be up at that time, but we will be doing a recap that afternoon if you're available.
I definitely will be.
All right, so for this episode, it's gonna be twofold. What we'll do is, like I mentioned earlier, we'll be doing a prediction for Elimination Chamber. And then on this episode, we'll be doing the review as well. So if you don't want to hear the predictions, guys, just fast forward through this, and then you go to the review.
Skip ahead.
Skip ahead until we can start talking WWE 2K24. But what we have on the card, what we got lined up so far?
So for the final show before WrestleMania 40, we have 4 matches. in one talk show segment.
Wow. Do you like the more streamlined look of the PLEs these days?
What do you mean by streamlined? Like short? Like short?
Well, as opposed to other companies that pretty much do like 12 matches on one card. Well, we're getting.
I mean, as far as we know, the shows have been recorded for this week, so we have the full card with us.
Right, but
with AEW, like we have 6 matches so far by tonight's recording, or like tomorrow, there's gonna be like 12 more matches added on.
Yeah, it seems as though that it's gonna be just these staple 4 match, and then that more 4 matches is that's it. Some people believing that the ticket buyers are not getting a bang for their buck, but I don't know. I think with how they've been able to present each match for its entirety, the length of the matches and what quality they've been giving for each ones, I don't see an issue here.
Right. I mean, especially with this show we're about to talk about. I mean, they advertised CM Punk well in advance, and unfortunately, he's not going to be there now because of injury. But
well, he'll be there. He'll be there. He just won't be participating.
Right. No, but I'm saying like they advertised him like he was definitely going to be in the Elimination Chamber match.
Right.
But like I said before, there's a talk show segment. It's going to be the Grayson Waller effect with guest Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I saw earlier that apparently Paul Heyman will be at this show, so if they are teasing a tag team match for WrestleMania Night 1, this might be where they do it. They make that announcement. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess. I'm still.
Do we not think it's going to happen?
I still think it's up in the air when it comes to discussion of this tag team match thing. I'm not sure why this is a thing, but I'd
rather they not do it and just stick to the Rhodes and Reigns for night 2.
Yeah, I'm going with the same kind of thought process, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm still not sold with this tag team match thing as of yet.
Yeah. So we have for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team titles, it's going to be Finn Balor and Damian Priest defend against Tyler Bate and your boo Pete Dunne.
Yeah. I'm not. I have to get used to the name of the new tag team. But
I think I totally forgot what it is. But it's not British Strong Style.
No. I think they probably had like copyright issues with it, whether or not to use it. But in any case, I'm very happy to see that they're doing more with Dunn. I'm expecting that after Mania they'll split them up, but
yeah, more than likely people will go heel after Mania,
right?
But also with Judgment Day too, I don't expect them to drop the belts this soon. I mean, we're right around the corner,
right? And
so I think they'll retain.
And I'm gonna say that I might see an upset here. I believe that we might see new tag champs.
I mean, I want to, but do I realistically want to see Dunn and Bate be the new tag team champions? Not really, because you have other established teams like the Profits, like AOP, like those types of teams.
Well, they've been on a downswing lately. They've just lost to like the AOP and stuff like that. So,
right. Because also, I you would think like the Mania match would be Judgment Day against Awesome Truth.
Oh, by the way, they're called the New Catch Republic. That's what it's called.
The New Catch Republic.
Yeah,
it's not a bad name.
It has to grow on me, just like no, Butch never grew on me. I'm sorry, Butch never grew on me.
Yeah, I will say, spoiler for the 2K, he is still Butch. He's not Pete Dunne.
Oh, fuckery!
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know.
And he has the same look?
It might be updated. We'll see.
Oh.
They haven't really said anything too much about him.
No. If they can remove, you know what? We'll get to that. Don't worry about it. Again.
Right. With women's world title, Rhea Ripley defends against Nia Jax.
Will this main event? I was
about to ask the same thing.
I don't think so, because
I feel one of the chambers will. This will be the semi-main.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think so. It would be something. It would be nice to see, but seeing as though that it's the mechanism themselves that's in the building.
Right.
I don't see her main eventing.
The mechanism.
Yeah, the mechanism known as the Elimination Chamber.
Like I expect the women to open the show, the women's chamber, then the tag, then this, and then the men's chamber would main event the show.
Right.
And then in between the talk show would be in between all this, but
yeah.
I mean, Ripley has to retain, right? They're not gonna have the homegirl lose in her country.
Yeah, but I also believe that Nia might actually give her a good match. I think Rhea would actually is actually gonna
Rhea's gonna pull it out of her.
Yeah, she's gonna bump for her.
She's gonna make her work. Let's be more realistic here.
I think like I said, I think this is actually a better match than we expected to be.
Yeah, I mean, I even predicted this too, because think about it. Nia Jax is one of the most hated women on the roster, and in Australia, she's good. Regardless of who Rhea was going to face, she was going to get cheated. So it's perfect that it's against Nia Jax.
Right.
So let's get to the Elimination Chamber matches. Let's start with the women. The winner of this challenges the Women's World Champion at WrestleMania, whether it be Nia or Rhea. We have Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, and Bianca Belair.
I mean, come on. I think it's already in the cards. It's got to be Becky, right?
Right. Like, Becky is the obvious winner, but the dark horse would be Bianca.
Yeah, but
because if they want to do the thing with the two cover girls of the 2K game where they face off at WrestleMania, I could see that happening.
Oh, wait a minute. Are we talking about conspiracy? Like we thought that was going to be for the Super Bowl? Hey, they have red and purple. So red and purple for the Super Bowl meant that the NFL already predetermined that they wanted the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers to be in the Super Bowl. Yeah, how did that pan out for you guys?
Yeah.
But funny
enough, I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I know. I sometimes I go down a rabbit hole and I just don't know how to get out of it. I'm gonna say Bianca would be somewhat of a back what do you call it?
Should be the dark horse.
Dark horse or and I didn't want to use dark horse because that almost sounds racist. But a secondary option. But I think Becky's the obvious choice.
I'll say Becky is the obvious. Bianca would be the dark horse. I'll say for the underdog win, it'd be Liv, because there's a story with Liv with her being taken out of commission thanks to Rhea. So
right,
like you look at Raquel, it's great to see Raquel back after what she's been dealing with for the last couple of months. Naomi is just getting back in the mix, and Tiffany's in here because Charlotte was supposed to be in here if Charlotte didn't get hurt.
Right.
So I do expect this to be a really good women's chamber. The women's rumble was probably the best rumble they've done so far. I'm expecting the same from this.
Yeah. And then who else we got?
And then for the main event, this should go on last, but for the men's elimination chamber, the winner challenges Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. The lineup is LA Knight versus Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley versus Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul.
Yeah, the Logan Paul thing kind of like upset me a little bit. I don't really think he needed. I understand that it's the name wreck and all that. Right. And I kind of get that it's I guess he'll bring
he'll
eyes
get
to
he'll get the booze in the match. That's for
he'll,
sure.
and he'll get eyes on the product as such. I know a lot of people wanted to see Bronson Reed in there, but apparently Bronson Reed wouldn't have been able to do it anyway because his wife is expecting around that same time. So
yeah.
So
you know who I'm shocked didn't get in this?
Mm-hmm.
Dom. I thought Dom was going to be Kevin Owens.
I think they have a lot of expectations for him going down to WrestleMania. I won't be surprised if I see him against Cena in WrestleMania
this year.
Yeah, because basically it would have been the
Well, remember he was supposed to face Brock on the show. That was supposedly the plan.
Right, but
they were going to do a singles match.
I think Cena will be in the cards, but I also believe that there might be something building up for Braun or maybe a returning Sheamus. So maybe.
I mean, I think for Cena this year, I would hope. Well, I think it's probably going to do something with the Cody story. Like he's going to be the one defending off the bloodline. Like he's going to be one of the people that wants to help Cody out.
Right.
So, but as far as this match goes, they definitely put the big names in the match because on Raw there was really no options besides Drew. Punk was hurt. Gunther can't even make it to Australia. But this is an so obvious win for Drew, right? We're in agreement it's going to be Drew versus Seth.
That's what I think. I believe so.
And then the dark horse pick would have to be like Randy Orton, old reliable.
Yeah, you got to go. You got to go with the legend himself, the staple of the WWE. Yeah. So.
And then the underdog pick would have to be LA Knight, right?
Yeah. But his story is going to be opening up in other areas of the road to WrestleMania.
But let me ask you this: so Logan Paul's in this match. Who out of Owens, Knight, or Orton would you like to see him face in Mania? Because it has to be out of those three.
I mean, of course, I'm an Owens guy. That wouldn't be bad.
But Orton though.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the go-to right there.
That would be the social media buzz. Logan Paul gets RKO to WrestleMania.
Right. But
It's LA Knight. Everybody wants him to get his moment, get the belt. So
yeah, but I think with LA Knight, I think his will be the road to WrestleMania match. That the WrestleMania match that he'll get will be against Logan Paul. I didn't think that Logan would. It would seem that it was going to be this long that he would have the title run, but at the same time, like Mania is just a couple of weeks away. Excuse me, it's a few weeks away. So yeah, it's possible.
And that's it. That's pretty much Elimination Chamber. 4 matches in the talk show segment.
Who's expected to pop up on the talk show segment?
Like I more than likely it's going to be Paul Heyman to set up something. Or tease something.
No Rock, no Roman, right?
Correct. Okay. I mean, did you see the thing they teased with Reigns where he looked at Heyman and goes, "Do I have to go there?" And he goes, "No, my tribal chief, not at all. You're not expected there." He goes, "Oh, thank God."
Oh, okay. So
he did the whole thing where he said, "Go buy your tickets and go to the show." And he goes, "But I'm not going to see any of your people over there."
There has been talked also that the first announcement of the Hall of Fame inductees will be happening soon, and I believe that Heyman has been in talks of headlining that. Your thoughts about that?
I mean, it's well deserved. It's going to be in Philly, so he should be one of the nominees. As far as this class goes, I think it should be headliner. I go for Batista.
Mm-hmm.
I choose Batista, Bray Wyatt, Paul Heyman, William Regal, and Mickey James.
Oh, okay. That would be nice to see Mickey go in there. That'd be cool.
And then I was thinking, like for the tag teams, let's finally put Demolition in.
Right, they're not in. I just realized that.
And Triple H has the magic touch of working out deals, so mending fences. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Because the formula is usually like one honorary person, and then like I don't want to see like just put the obligatory dead person in there, but Bray Wyatt should be in this year.
Well, post-anonymous, that when they do that. When a person goes in when they passed away, post-anonymous that they go in. So
Yeah. I think and Batista was supposed to go in before the pandemic, so I mean, might as well put him in this year.
right.
Because he said he wanted to go in when fans are around. So
Yeah, that sounds like a good class to go in.
right.
Other than that, that's just gonna tie that up to a bowl with the Elimination Chamber predictions, and what'll lead us into updates with the WWE 2K24. They just released the roster as well as the ratings that went along with it. I like what they're doing with the shows where they're tying the WWE ratings with the wrestlers who are in the match. I think it's actually it's cool. It brings is drawing eyes to the product a little bit more, which product being the game. Are you excited about the game?
I think I'm very excited. I think I don't know, I'm just looking at the whole roster. It just seems a lot more fun this year. It seems more balanced. The more match types, I'm all for. The ambulance, the casket, and the special referee matches, I'm all for. The ratings, I'm always questionable every year because it's like some people too high, some people too low. But at the end of the day, I've just grown to be like, you know what? I adjusted to whatever the fuck I want them to be, so it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
I noticed that they did something, and I've heard it. I saw that this was going around, but I have to see for myself that if the ratings go under a certain number, that you're not able to get the resiliency on your for your character. So there's talk that they dropped the Johnny Gargano's ratings down low, just so that
because he was like a cheat code character.
Right.
Mm.
So, but like we mentioned earlier, we mentioned in the groups before, it's like ratings I don't give a shit about because I could always change them anyway.
Yeah, same. I think the new thing too they did with like a super finisher now, so like you could do like a RKO off the top of a rope, and then it gives you like one chance to kick out. That type of things in the game now. So and it's funny because they're doing the ratings reveal, and they did Liv Morgan's, and they tweeted out the Queen of Extreme, Liv Morgan, is back in 2K24. ECW legend Francine was not happy about that.
Oh Lord!
She threatened to send them a lawsuit because she owns the copyright or the trademark for Queen of Extreme.
Oh, okay. All right. If she owns it, then yeah, that's right. Then okay, then she has the right to be pissed off. I get it.
Yeah, I mean it's also funny too. It's like when the fuck did Liv Morgan ever get referred to as the Queen of Extreme?
I think they mentioned it once or twice on commentary, and like
years ago.
Yeah, I guess.
Was it with the Ronda thing?
Yeah, that's when she was coming out with the kendo stick and all that shit.
And then when Ronda was smacking her in the ass with the kendo.
Yeah. I too am looking forward to this. This is probably the only franchise that I've been getting every year since its inception. Yes, I've had the worst of the worst as well. I've been there. I was there at the worst of times as well. Because even like with Madden or NBA 2K and such, I skip years or I skip a couple of years with them.
Yeah.
But WWE, I've been a loyalist to, and I think this is probably going to be the year that I'm the most excited for. I'm already game planning what I'm going to do with it because since I'm a universe guy, and I also want to see how things play out with GM mode this year as well. I already have in my mind, I'm going to start running down like the showcase, get that out of the way. They're talking about what, 21, 22 matches. I believe they removed Brock out of it.
Yes, Brock Lesnar has been officially removed from the roster. He has been completely scrubbed out of the game.
Wow. This is what I'm saying. If they're able to do, I guess it's easier to delete than to add because there's still issues with some old player models on there. I heard Gargano still has his old look. Summer Improve. I heard they just changed like templates on certain wrestlers and such, but they still have their same look. But at the same time, you want to see changes. I've been screaming that if NBA 2K could do updates where you could get new player models, as in sneakers or fucking, you're adding more rappers into the crowd. I mean, like, come on, let's be for real. Why can't we get additional outfits and stuff and different gear?
They update the players when they get fucking haircuts.
Right, like, come on, like, what are we doing here, guys?
And with the WWE games, it's easy to just update the attires.
Exactly. I mean,
because I was talking to our buddy Ray, Mundo Respect the Craft podcast, that I thought the Usos were going to be outdated as fuck, but I'm genuinely happy that they have main event Jey Uso with his current attire.
Right.
Like, because his entrance was cool, his attire, his whole model looks great.
Yeah, I'm very much intrigued with the possibilities that they have there. I think this is from 23 to 24. We saw that with 22 that they used the older template, but they were gradually pulling away from the older template. But since I already understand the tricks of the trade with it now, especially universe mode, what you need to do to have like a different play out of how to do universe mode.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to move around pay-per-views and such like that,
right,
and align rosters in a certain way. Which, by the way, another one that was a disappointment when it comes roster-wise was that I heard that JD McDonough doesn't have an updated look.
Yeah, he's outdated. He's not in the Judgment Day gear, which means I believe all of this stuff was post after SummerSlam, before Survivor Series, so in between that time span.
Come on, it's an easy fix. I mean, come on.
I'm
not
a game programmer,
but
I mean, last year they updated, like, they brought in Sammy's old theme and old entrance back in the game. So
right.
But when we talk about roster, when you skim through the roster, some of them are a lot of NXT people, like Thea Hale, Duke Hudson from Chase U, so that completes the Chase U stable with Andre Chase. Finally, the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang Gallus are in the game.
Good.
Finally. A lot of the NXT women are getting added in. Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock is back in the game. His first time since 2K16.
Okay.
And then as far as like DLC characters, Post Malone.
No, you got to get that one celebrity.
I mean, it was random when Machine Gun Kelly was in the game 2 years ago.
Right.
So Post Malone will be the newest one. Now, as far as DLC, we can speculate.
By the way, that soundtrack is not for me.
It's gonna get stuck in my head. It always gets stuck in my head.
They always do, but like, I just on the surface, I'm like, this is not for me.
You know what the funny thing was? When 2K22, every time I loaded up, I swear to God, it never missed. Booker T, Bad Bunny always was the first song that played. Every time I loaded up the game.
I pretty much know I'm gonna be going to the jukebox and just putting on wrestlers themes and
right.
and Busta Rhymes. Put your hands where my eyes can see. That's all. As a matter of fact, that was another thing that pissed me off last year, was that there's certain songs that you couldn't use.
Yeah, because they're too generic.
Not only it was generic, I think it was copyright issues.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I'm like, I like the Busta Rhymes song, "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See." I would use that as an intro song. I bet you I won't be able to use it.
Probably not.
Yeah,
but we can speculate about DLC characters. I mean, Pat McAfee has to be the first one on the list.
Oh, you're talking about when they for the releases, right?
Right. So Pat McAfee, Punk, Jade Cargill.
Punk could be probably later on down the line.
Yeah. Because you probably do like 5 DLC packs with 5.
Yeah, because they usually go through until August. So
yeah. Also, I skimmed through the thing too. Was going through the roster. Reggie's still in the game, but they rebranded him as Scripps.
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh if it's the one with him in the stupid mask.
Oh God! What was he wearing? Brown? Was it the brown?
It was like brown big bit. like Ashanti the Adonis is still in the games. Like some guys you wouldn't expect. Like also new addition like Sanga, so you're gonna have Indus in there now. So Universe Mode is gonna be very expanded now with a lot of new tag teams and a lot of the women being added in, which a lot of the NXT women like Kiana James are gonna be added in eventually.
The first time that we have no Dolph.
Yes, and Robert Roode's still in the game.
Yeah. Wow, first time in years that we've seen no Dolph.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that I'll be happy.
What do you think his entrance is going to be labeled as? Because when the people get released, they rename the entrances. What do you think it's going to be? Show off?
The show off or show the world? Something like that. It'll be the first time that I have to go and download a Dolph Ziggler or a Nick Nemeth.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm happier that they're opening up the roster more because at least it gives me some save slots for not only for my other shows, but for I could at least possibly have some space for other gear and other outfits.
Right. But my theory has always been for every game is that whoever gets released gets replaced by somebody new. Which, like, say, like, example, Matt Riddle got released, so now Wolfgang takes his spot.
Right.
That's always been my kind of logic with it.
And believe me, I'm not downloading the Matt Riddle. I'm fine. I'm not. Waiting for
no rush.
No, and that's the other thing too. Like when it comes to my universe mode, that's why I say I have a game plan of what I'm going to be playing first to get it out the way. Is because I wait for all these fantastic creator wrestlers that people do, and I'll just rip it from them. The only creator wrestler I make is me, and that's it. So, and that's the other thing too. It would be nice that they were able to like use your old rosters and transfer them over, but. Once again, there goes my painstaking task to creating me.
I'll say that sounds like a lot for 2K to handle, but I would at least say, like, if you have your old save data on the system and they say, do you want to import your CAW, like your own personal one that you created, then allow that.
Yeah. Like, I won't be hitting universe mode for a while because I'll be doing, like I said, showcase. I'll be doing the career mode. I'll be entertained with those for a little bit.
Yeah, that's the stuff I'm really interested too because we know about 40 years WrestleMania. I'm very curious about the My Rise, how the storyline, how it's gonna look.
Right. I only did the. You know what? I should do the female side. I didn't do the female side of My Rise last year. I should cram it before this one starts just to get it out the way.
Like I said, when I reviewed it, if you're used to the corny dialogue of like women on TV talking about the revolution and first time ever, if you get past all that, it's not bad.
I actually just downloaded the Retromania for the PS. I had it for Xbox. I didn't really get into it, but apparently they just released a new update for it where you continue the story mode on the Retromania game. And it's actually a pretty fun game. It's been out maybe already 2 years and such, but when you see the card that they have on there, the rosters that's on there, like Johnny Nitro, the Blue World Order, Tommy Dreamer, and such, they did in that line. It's actually pretty fun. If you haven't played it, give it a look. So that's gonna keep me entertained as well until 2K24 pops up.
I'm waiting for a virtual basement too.
Yeah, that's the big one too. The wrestling code. I can't wait to see that. But other than that, just to close up for this segment, guys, as always, like, if you guys want your insiders look of what WWE 2K24 is gonna look like, come here because we'll be talking about it almost every episode because we're excited for it. As always, guys, Turbo Tabloid every week is it's happening. Trying to push out a little bit more content on the social media side, guys. Gonna be doing a little bit more work here and there of getting you guys more content. Check out what we just released this past week. Our conversation with former WWE star and VXS wrestler on the rise, main eventer, and a guy who's known as the man of the hour, the Moth himself, Leo Rush. We had a conversation with him for Turnbuckle Tabloid, doing some promotion for VXS's arrival this Friday, February 23rd in Queens, New York, at Queens Elks Lodge. Doors open at 7, bell times at 8 p.m. Get your tickets at thewrestlinguniverse.com, at thewrestlinguniverse.com. All right, Mike, we're going to be out of here, right?
Yep.
All right.
See you for the chamber review.
And don't hang up yet. We'll have a conversation for a sec. All right, guys. I'm going to close out the recording and see you guys in a second.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.